Hi, Shamara. Can you hear me? Hi, it's good to see you. Did you have a good holiday?
I did. Very relaxing.
Oh, excellent. That's good to hear. Did you get to spend it with family?
I did. I just hung out with my kiddo and my hubs.
Oh, that's great. That sounds nice.
Very
Do you
fun.
guys have any favorite things that you do for holidays? Like, do you like to watch a movie or have special food?
We're we are a movie household and we eat lots of popcorn. My son loves um air popped popcorn. So we indulge him for that one. It's not a bad one to snack on. So yeah.
Oh, well, that's fun.
Yeah. Did you enjoy your trip?
I did. Yeah, I got to visit with an aunt and uncle, some cousins, my sister, and my brother-in-law. So a lot of nice things. There was a forest fire not too far, so I got a little nervous for a couple days, but then it went a different direction. So
The air quality was okay?
it was. There were a couple days where it was a little smoky, but it was all right. We just, stayed inside those couple days.
Oh, that's scary.
Yeah, it was a little nerve-wracking. I was like, this is like a half hour away from us right now. So
Too close for comfort, as they say.
exactly. Yeah, I was like, boy. But I guess they actually do something called pre-burning where they know it's coming their direction, so they try to like control burn certain areas before it gets to a city or a town. So they try to basically burn up all the stuff that would catch on fire in a controlled way, so there's nothing for it to
Yeah.
carry it on through, and it apparently worked. So that was a positive.
Yeah.
I was a little nervous. I was like, what am I gonna do? I was like, well, it's coming southwest. So I was like, maybe I'll go east. I was like, maybe I can drive and fly out of like Boise, Idaho or something.
You're trying to make plans. All
Yeah, I did have a contingency plan, but fortunately I did not need it. So that was a relief. But yes, it was a good time. We hiked, we had good food, we played pickleball, went to the pool, went to a museum. That was pretty fun. And it was also sort of like half zoo at the same time, so that was pretty cool. So, a lot of fun things.
okay. I'm glad
I
that you
can't
got away
complain.
to enjoy your family.
Yeah, it was good quality time. So, I think every now and then you need that, just some good quality time with loved ones.
Week before last, before school started, we took Caleb to Great Wolf Lodge. Have you done that?
Ooh, I have not been to one, but I have seen them. I've driven by.
Yeah, they're very extravagant water parks. And that was
Yeah.
pretty fun. The water was colder than I wanted, but it was a good time.
Aw.
So,
Yeah, well, that's interesting that it was colder water. Was it indoor?
yeah. I mean, the water is supposed to be warm, but I think
Oh,
because it's summertime,
yeah, that could be that they probably think that
it
people
was supposed
want
to be
it
a
to be a
hundred.
bit,
Yeah,
yeah, that they're like, we probably want it to be cooler because it's hot outside. That makes sense to me.
but it wasn't hot enough outside. We just kind of had a
Oh,
little bit of a cold spell, and so it's
oh, right. You're like, okay, we need it to bump up a little bit.
yeah, just a little bit. And the kids are chattering. Caleb's lips are blue. I'm like, it's time.
Oh.
But it was a lot of fun, and it didn't stop the kids. They were running around and having a great time. I'm always amazed at how resilient they are. So
Aw.
it was good. We had a good.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad it was a fun time anyway.
It was nice to get away, and I also went to Houston to Battle of the Bands, the
Oh, that sounds
marching band.
fun.
It was very cool. That was very fun. Yeah.
That
Fun
does sound fun.
surprise.
Yeah, it sounds like it was probably like you had some more mellow time with family at home, and then you got to go. I mean, that sounds like very exciting and, a big hubbub and a lot of people and everything.
I mean, it was, it was college, like marching band. So it wasn't,
Yeah,
very, band people,
right.
they're not
That's
taking
really
up
fun though.
much.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of fun. Just to
That's
be
great.
able to see that all their talent. It was very fun.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I think it sometimes can be even more fun seeing more like real people, I guess, than going to the really produced
Yeah,
shows.
and everything. Yeah, I thought it was I mean, it was amazing. I mean, these, like I said, these kids are super talented, and the money goes to
Yeah.
scholarships, so it was totally worth.
Aw, that's great. I'm so glad it was a good time. Well, so as we're diving in today, what would you say would be maybe your number one thing that you thought would be good to work on today, or maybe some reflections on what we've been doing prior?
Well, I was wondering if before we got started, we could
Yeah.
work on a new time. I feel like this time is too late for me. Like I thought it would be good because my son, goes to bed around this time and it was less like invasive, but it's just
Oh,
late. I feel like I've
that your
lost.
energy drops.
Yeah, I go to the gym at 4 in the morning. By the time 8 gets here, I probably
Right.
I'm not my best. I want to give
Yeah.
a better shot. I
Oh,
don't know.
I totally get that. That you're like, you know what? I want to be able to like really put energy into this. And yeah, that you feel like by this time you're like, I've been up, doing stuff since 4 a.m. Yeah, I totally get that. We could definitely look at some other times that would maybe be a little bit better for you. But yeah, I get what you're saying that it's like, he's settling down, but you're like, but I should be too.
Like I said, I've just started to get into relaxing mode, and then
Yeah.
no,
Hmm.
I can't do that. So I think it would be a little bit
Yeah,
better.
for sure. Yeah, we absolutely. So let's look at I'll send you some times that we could look at that would be a little bit earlier. And then you can just let me know which ones look best to you, okay?
No problem. I just wanted to put that out there. I didn't want to.
Yeah, absolutely. I get it that you're like, I'm starting to wind down and I need energy for this. And you want to really be able to engage fully and, get the most out of it and enjoy it as much as possible and grow. Yeah, 100%. Totally get that. So, for today, I know that we had been working with some dialects and accents. I also know we've been working on different types of characters, and then, more recently working on characters that stretch you a little bit more, that kind of push you outside of your comfort zone more. So, what are some of the things that you feel like you've grown a lot with those types of things? And then what are some of the things that you're like, oh, still really need to work on this? I know, like, New Zealand kind of accents and things. You're like, oh, I just can't get it?
I don't have it. And I'm okay with that. Um, I want to say, the last we were chatting, we were doing some commercial narration types of
Hmm.
script, and
Yes.
I felt
Hmm.
like that was something that I wanted to focus on a bit more as well because
Yeah.
um, I don't know, I could see value in being decent um, at those types of scripts.
Absolutely.
I think I saved the
Oh,
last,
some of the scripts that we were looking at last time.
yep. So
Awesome.
I throw them in to make life.
Yeah. And I think what you're saying about feeling like this is a good place to kind of focus your energy because I do think that a really large portion of the industry is going to be some kind of narrative or narration work. Um, And I think narration also is a more broad category than other people maybe think that it is, that there is more in that category than people usually understand, first off. Um, but yeah, I think commercials are great. They're really fun. They're kind of like short. You go in for a day and you record and you're done. Um, Narration jobs a lot of the time end up being longer projects. So I think commercials are a great place to dip your toes in the water if a larger project is intimidating. But for things like e-learning. I actually just got an audition from my agents on a couple different e-learning projects that they were casting for. I haven't heard back yet because that was like just the last one they sent. Um, but yeah, like I feel like that's something you see a lot of in commercials as well. So, yeah, I think narration, these like longer form scripts, and then a lot of variety within that, I think is a good place to be improving as well, because I really see that as like our bread and butter of the industry. It's like, I'd say at least like 60% of the jobs posted are going to be more narration. So, I mean, obviously, there are a lot of characters in commercial work as well, but narration's going to be the bulk of the audition postings out there. So, yeah, I think this is a great area to focus in on. And honestly, I feel like a lot of the time you can just be yourself. I'd say about half of the audition notices I see for narration, they really just want you to sound like yourself, just an energetic, engaging version of yourself. So someone who genuinely cares about what you're saying, but still just being true to who you are. So I think this is a great area to focus in on, especially with since character work wise, we are doing so well with those characters that we're like, hey, what would you do if you were this person, if you stepped into their shoes and embodied them? We're kind of doing the same thing here, right? We're going, if I was this person in this world, creating this scene, like if I was living that, who would I be in that moment? Um, so I think you can just kind of transfer over a lot of what we've done with those character scripts. So I do think sometimes narration can feel a little artificial sometimes. So if you feel like it's a script that you go, I don't really relate to it, try to find some way to connect with the emotions in it. So for this first one, it says energized female voice, upbeat music is playing. And I do like when they send you music to listen to too, to give you kind of a vibe, or they say, here are former things that we've done so you can see it and hear what other people have done. Um, but yeah, I think here, we look through and we're like, okay, we're selling a fitness program, maybe like a gym, it looks like a full-on gym membership with classes and personal training. And so I like to think of, who would people listen to? Somebody like Jillian Michaels, maybe a coach that they had in school. Maybe like commercials with their favorite sports person being like, these shoes have carried me far and won my Olympic gold medal. So I feel like if we sort of think of the kind of people that would motivate us and make us feel really pumped up and encouraged and challenged in that way, that can sometimes help us to get that kind of energy. Um, so when you look through it, what are the things that stand out to you?
Um, I don't know, the words that are very, I don't know, I associate them with fitness, like crushing your goals and feeling unstoppable and,
Yeah.
your fitness journey, lots of buzz words happening here. Um, and, it kind of goes with that energetic female voice request.
I agree. Yeah, I like that. I love the focus on the descriptive words because, like you're saying, they really make it active, or we feel the energy more with those descriptive words. So I like that attention to those descriptive words. Very nice. All right. So, um So why don't we just go through one time? This could be just like a first read through, just kind of getting the words out to kind of warm up into it if you'd like. And then we could try it again a second time with a little more energy.
Right? That's good. Are you ready to crush your goals, feel unstoppable, and take your body and mind to the next level? Welcome to Ignite Fitness, where strength meets community and excuses don't stand a chance. Whether you're just starting your fitness journey or you're already a seasoned athlete, Ignite Fitness has everything you need: state of the art equipment, group classes ranging from high intensity training to yoga, expert personal trainers, 24/7 access, and an atmosphere that keeps you motivated. Your goals aren't going to chase themselves, so stop waiting, start lifting, start running, start becoming. Find your nearest location or sign up for a free 7-day trial at ignitefitnessnow.com. Ignite Fitness. Fuel your fire, own your power, and then the music fades up.
Very nice. Okay, good. So yeah, I think really think about as you read through this next time with that energy. I want you to really lean into those descriptive words and really think about the meaning of them and try to put some of that into the energy, like unstoppable, crush your goals, like try to infuse it with some of that meaning. Yeah,
Yes.
next level.
Okay. Sorry. Are you ready to crush your goals, feel unstoppable, and take your body and mind to the next level? Welcome to Ignite Fitness, where strength meets community and excuses don't stand a chance. Whether you're starting your fitness journey or you're already a seasoned athlete, Ignite Fitness has everything you need: state of the art equipment, group classes ranging from high intensity training to yoga, expert personal trainers, 24/7 access, and an atmosphere that keeps you motivated. Your goals aren't going to chase themselves, so stop waiting. Start lifting, start running, start becoming. Find your nearest location or sign up for a free 7-day trial at ignitefitnessnow.com. Ignite Fitness. Fuel your fire. Own your power.
Nice. Awesome. Okay, so what did we like about it?
I don't know. I'm out of practice.
That's okay. That's
Yeah,
all right. That's why we're here doing what we're doing. So, one thing I would say I really liked is I did hear you paying attention to the words you really wanted to lean into and emphasize. And then, one thing I would say I'd like to hear a little bit more of is just giving it a little more room to breathe. So, giving just like little lifts between connected thoughts. So it's like this connected thought, little lift, this connected thought. So you can just leave a little gap between. Occasionally, it feels like you kind of go through one thought and then right into the next one. So I think you can just like do one thought, give us a little breath, and then go into the next thought. Yeah, can we try that?
sure. Are you ready to crush your goals, feel unstoppable, and take your body and mind to the next level? Welcome to Ignite Fitness, where strength meets community and excuses don't stand a chance. Whether you're just starting your fitness journey or you're already a seasoned athlete, Ignite Fitness has everything you need: state of the art equipment, group classes ranging from high intensity training to yoga, expert personal trainers, 24/7 access, and an atmosphere that keeps you motivated. Your goals aren't going to chase themselves. So stop waiting. Start lifting. Start running. Start becoming. Find your nearest location or sign up for a free 7-day trial at ignitefitnessnow.com. Ignite Fitness. Fuel your fire. Own your power.
Nice. Very good. Okay. So, with that time, I definitely heard you making that adjustment with giving it a little bit of room between phrases, which I really liked. Um, and what's great too is that you can, let's say you left a little more space than you would want. Ultimately, you can always edit it down. You can always cut it a little bit shorter. Um, but they actually, for editing purposes, they like to have a little bit more room at the beginning and end of phrases so that they have more choices. They could cut it down into a smaller chunk of the script. Let's say they want to do a 10-second spot of this commercial, and then they want a 60-second spot of this commercial and a 30-second. It gives them more options. It's easier for them to cut and paste and edit all of it. So that actually can be a really positive thing, not just for the communication, but also for them playing with it after the fact. So, yeah, really nice. And then I also would say, you kind of, when you had that one little spot where you just decided to like redo a couple words, instead of restarting just those words, something that you might want to start doing is if you have a little fumble, back up a little bit, say like, where's a good starting point, and back up because it's harder to cut and paste in the middle of a phrase. So if I have a little fumble, I like to go back to the start of a phrase or like, where this thought ended and this one's starting. Just that it's a little bit easier for that cut and paste because occasionally I'll do what you just did and then I'm like, oh, I just gotta go back and redo it because it's really tricky to get it to sound natural or to flow if you start in the middle like that. So just a thought
Oh, that's good
if you
wisdom.
were in that recording process. Awesome. So then I would say for this one, the thing that I probably would want a little bit more of is just kind of like more of an exclamation point on the end of phrases, a little bit more. Um, if you got that really like da 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 da, like really pumped up music in the background, and it's like, you know, Ninja Warrior or whatever, it should be a little more like, we got this. Um, so yeah, I just feel like the people I know, like I know someone who has their own gym and is a personal trainer. Um, and like if he read this, it would be more like are you ready to crush your goals, feel unstoppable, and take your body and mind to the next level? And he would not even be like joking. He would mean it. I know someone else who did like professional MMA fighting and stuff. And if I think of like how he would probably do it, it's funny because in like real life, he's so sweet, but he actually does teach martial arts classes and things. And if I imagine him in that environment and being like, like, let's fight. I mean, probably it's a lot more intense. Like he's pretty mellow and very sweet in real life, but I feel like when he's in the ring, like if you're gonna do MMA fighting, like you got to be pretty intense, right? So yeah, if I think of that kind of a person, it's probably gonna have a little bit more just like hype energy and that exclamation point at the end of phrases a little bit more often. So let's try that again. And one thing you can try if you're like, I'm just not feeling it, is just like putting a little like lift at the end of phrases and just kind of like accenting with your breath a little bit more, especially at the very start of a phrase and the very end. Are you ready to crush your goals? Feel unstoppable and take your body and mind to the next level? And it's just like, I just sort of like make my voice sound excited, even if I am not genuinely excited, right? So, I mean, I go to a gym, but I joined so I could just play pickleball. So I
Me
also like to
too.
go to the cardio cinema.
America's
I
number
like the rowing machine and I just vibe out with a movie, you know?
rowing machine's great.
And they have these like ladies fitness classes in the morning that are super fun and just everyone gets all pumped up and like supportive. It's great, you know. But I wouldn't say I'm like a real like gym person, you know? So I'm like, I probably in real life wouldn't be like, oh my gosh, this is the best gym, you know? But I could do it if they paid me to.
Got
Alrighty, so let's try that again.
it. Are you ready to crush your goals? Feel unstoppable and take your body and mind to the next level? Welcome to Ignite Fitness, where strength meets community and excuses don't stand a chance. Whether you're just starting your fitness journey or you're already a seasoned athlete, Ignite Fitness has everything you need. State of the art equipment, group classes ranging from high intensity training to yoga, expert personal trainers, 24/7 access, and an atmosphere that keeps you motivated. Your goals aren't going to chase themselves. So stop waiting, start lifting, start running, start becoming. Find your nearest location or sign up for a free 7-day trial at ignitefitnessnow.com. Ignite Fitness. Fuel your fire. Own your power. I don't know.
Nice. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like
I'm sweating.
that has, I know it takes a lot of energy, doesn't it? I feel like, you know, if you think of like Jillian Michaels on like the biggest loser and how she's like, I want to win, you know? And so it's like, come on, you know, that kind of an energy. You can really get into that. Or like, what is it? Like the Tai Bo guy or something, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, great. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So getting everybody hype. Love it. Awesome. So I like too that we did pick some variety in these, but I feel like we already did more of the variety last time, and then the ones we have today are a little bit more of those like upbeat kind of like energetic ones. The next one is very like bold, confident female, so it's a different kind of energy. And I almost think of this one as like maybe daring, or you could even do it a little bit sexy, I feel like,
You know
you
what I'm
know? I
yeah.
mean, leather trimmed seating, luxury. Like I feel like you could be a little like seductive, like the car is seducing them kind of a thing. Like you want to climb in and feel this turbocharged V6 engine, you know, that aerodynamic body that turns heads at every corner. So it's like daring, it's bold, it's confident. I don't think I would do this one as fast. Um, I think it's a little more like I don't have to try to be cool. I just am, you know? So dramatic, powerful. Um, yeah, like I think this one's a different kind of energy. So how do you see this one?
No, I think that you are right. I was even thinking I could see even like a British accent with this one, something luxurious.
Yeah. Um, so yeah, luxurious. So when you think of people that are luxurious kind of characters from things or that could embody luxury, who do you think of?
I don't know, like Charlize Theron or like I think who else is luxurious. Um, um, I don't
Yeah.
know, Eartha Kitt even like somebody like
Ooh, okay. Yeah, I feel like they would do it very differently from each other, but I can definitely see both of them doing it. Wow. Yeah. What a good contrast. I'm
I was
actually
thinking,
very interested to see how you would do it channeling each of those people. So if we, maybe start with Eartha Kitt, how is that going to come out? That's
that,
really funny that you mentioned her because I had another student, Jolynn, just mentioned her in her session. So that's Eartha Kitt is having a moment. Love
no,
it.
in the zeitgeist. Let's hope she's okay. Sometimes energy is weird out there. Yeah, I feel like she would be a little catty, right? So she'd be like, "This isn't just a car; it's a state, a force, a thrill on four wheels. Introducing the all-new 2025 Velocity X, where cutting-edge design meets precision performance. With a turbocharged V6 engine, adaptive all-wheel drive, and a sleek aerodynamic body that turns heads at every corner. This machine just doesn't move. This machine doesn't just move. It dominates. Inside, pure luxury. Leather trimmed seating, next generation technology. A fully digital cockpit that feels like the future, because it is. Whether you're chasing adventure, owning the daily drive, or making your presence known, Velocity X is the car that drives you. Test drive the future. Velocity X. Unleash your drive. Visit your local Velocity dealer or go to drivevelocity.com today. I feel
Awesome.
it probably wasn't. I feel like she's so like darling.
But it was very different, I feel like, than your normal default. And I definitely could see some of the influence shining through and some of her attitude, which I thought was very, very fun. So I applaud that. Very nice. So how would Charlize Theron approach it differently? When you think of the two of them, what are similarities and what are differences?
I feel like Charlize has a more probably would have a little bit more modern sound, but still she would be slow and deliberate and yeah, I'm trying to think like I feel like maybe the first one I did was probably more Charlize than Eartha Kitt, you know. I feel like Eartha, like I said, is so much more like I don't know, exaggerated, darling. And this isn't just a car. Like I would need to be so different to be Eartha. Whereas I think the last one that I did would probably fit more Charlize.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So
Yes.
let's try it.
Okay.
Channeling, if you stepped into Charlize Theron's body and used her voice and we're in the studio being her, and
Hmm.
let's see what happens.
Okay. This isn't just a car. It's a statement, a force, a thrill on four wheels. Introducing the all new 2025 Velocity X, where cutting edge design meets precision performance. With a turbocharged V6 engine, adaptive all wheel drive, and a sleek aerodynamic body that turns heads at every corner. This machine doesn't just move, it dominates. Inside, pure luxury, leather trimmed seating, next generation technology, a fully digital cockpit that feels like the future, because it is. Whether you're chasing adventure, owning the daily drive, or making your presence known, Velocity X is the car that drives you. Test drive the future. Velocity X. Unleash your drive. Visit your local Velocity dealer or go to drivevelocity.com today.
Nice. Okay. Very nice. So, what did you like about that? What was different too?
I tried to use a little bit of more of an upper register to give myself I was trying to be a little younger. And then, because, I mean, in comparison to Earth Kit. And yeah, it was just like I was still trying to be slow and emphasize. I was still trying to be a little bit sexy because I feel like Charlize is a very sexy lady. Um, yeah, that's about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, yeah. So then what would you say if you took one key element from each of those people? What would the key element from each of them be that you would want to keep and use to fuel you?
Um, I feel like the Charlize Theron um, like vocal register um, was more natural to me and that it didn't hurt my voice as much. I think I was trying
Ah.
um, lower, a little bit lower for the Eartha Kitt one. And
Hmm.
I don't know, I felt like I was getting tired at the end.
Yeah, that it was more vocally fatiguing. Yeah. Okay. Absolutely. So then,
Register.
yeah, so if you were gonna try again and really like follow your own instincts,
Mhm.
let's see how that's going to change it for you. So pull from what you learned from each of them, but then follow your own instincts and try to put more of yourself and your true personality. Like if you were going to drive in this car, how would that make you feel? Why would you want to drive it? What would you love about it? What would you tell someone else was really great about it? You know? So really putting yourself in that scenario. Let's try it.
Okay, sham version. This isn't just a car, it's a statement, a force, a thrill on four wheels. Introducing the all new 2025 Velocity X, where cutting edge design meets precision performance. With a turbocharged V6 engine, adaptive all wheel drive, and a sleek aerodynamic body that turns heads at every corner. This machine doesn't just move, it dominates. Inside, pure luxury. Leather trimmed seating, next generation technology, a fully digital cockpit that feels like the future. Because it is. Whether you're chasing adventure, owning the daily drive, or making your presence known, Velocity X is the car that drives you. Test drive the future. Velocity X. Unleash your drive. Visit your local Velocity dealer or go to drivevelocity.com today. That's how I would do it.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, okay. So I definitely heard that in an entirely different way than either of these other two takes. What stood out the most to you?
Um, that I just left out the sexy because I don't really do sex. You asked me to do sham version, so and I'm not good at being sexy, so I was just like, let me convince you that this thing's amazing, but I wasn't trying to give you hot, sexy luxury, you know. So that's
Yeah,
the difference. Yeah.
absolutely. Awesome. So then, um, yeah. So then what would you say for both of these scripts? Like, is there something that you feel like you can pull from both of them that's like a takeaway from both of these scripts we did? Or do you feel like they're really different and would need a very different approach?
I don't know. I do think that they're different. I think the energy, I think, I don't know. I think when I was being myself, I had more energy. And so maybe
Hmm.
that's going to be the similarity to the top version, but I just think they're very different. I feel like what we're trying to do is different. Um, I don't know, they were different for me.
Hmm.
I would approach them differently.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. Yeah. So if you were going to continue practicing some of these same principles or try this additional script at the bottom this week, um, which is very cheerful and enthusiastic. So I feel like maybe more like peppy, but maybe a little bit like the energy of the first one. Um, what would be the things you would focus on this week if you were practicing these same kind of principles?
I would focus on adhering to the punctuation. Um,
Hmm.
I would,
I love that. Paying attention to punctuation. That's a really good one, especially since with you, I want you to lean more into those pauses a little bit more. Yeah, that's a good one. What else?
um, for the long ones, I we discussed this before, and I know that I was not doing it this time, but that I should like think about it in blocks or kind of like tell a story, whereas kind of just saying it all the same is very boring. So I need to come up with something that makes sense, I guess.
Sure,
Um,
absolutely. Yes. Good. Awesome. So then, do we want to keep focusing on this same kind of work over the next week or so?
yeah, yeah. I think I'm comfortable here. And like you said earlier, I think it's like a good place to begin. I would feel more confident submitting something like this. I want to practice this a bit more so that I could potentially record something and maybe submit it because you never know.
Absolutely. I love that. Yes. Um, so I actually think as you're getting more and more comfortable, even if you just take like a voice memos on a phone and just record the scripts, just so you have something. And then you can actually always take those, do a little bit of like polishing up and editing, just so you have something to be like, here's what I sound like, here's how I approach it. Even if it's not like, oh, I didn't record it in a professional studio space and it doesn't have all the bells and whistles, at least you can just show them this is what I would do as a voice actor. This is how I would approach it. And they get an idea of how you sound. So just having anything that you've got recorded so that, if something comes up that you're like, this is an opportunity, you have something to send, So I think that it would be a great idea to maybe this week try to record these three just for yourself in like a voice memo. The Dolby On app is it has like very minimal editing you can do and it's a free app, so that might be a good one to get. It's called Dolby On.
Yeah, we
um,
talked about that.
yeah, so that might be a good place to start. And even if you have like headphones that you could connect, that have a little mic in them or something that might have a little bit better quality than like your phone mic. So just
I
having
have
a
a
few
real
takes of things.
microphone.
Yeah, cool,
I am
great.
a karaokeer. You don't know about my other life.
Love it. That is
Untired life.
amazing.
My untired, my not life.
That is fantastic. Does your son like to karaoke too?
He says he doesn't, but
Oh, he's got the itch. It's in him. He inherited it. He's like, I don't like to. But then he gets up there and he's just shining. And you're like, he just, it radiates out of him. The
he
love for
pretends to
karaoke.
be shy, and then
Gets
you know
up there and wows everyone. I love it.
he's in the confidence realm for sure. He just gets up there and goes for it. Very
That is amazing. That is great. All right. So fantastic work today, Shamara. All right. So I wrote myself a note. I'm going to send you some alternate times. And if you just want to let me know like what days and time frames work best for you, we can lock in a better time for you. Okay.
thank you. Yeah, and I'm sorry
Absolutely.
that I'm always such a
No, yeah, it's okay. I get it. I get like where I'm like, I can do it. Like I can be up super early and still do things late. And then I'm just like, why did I do this to myself? So I am right there with you. I'm trying to do better with I'm like, I make my own schedule. I can change it. So I'm right there with you. I actually was just chatting with my like primary care doc today, just like touching base on a few things. And I was like, I just need to like manage my time better because we've tried a bunch of ADHD meds and I don't really like any of them so far. And I'm like, they don't make me feel good. And I'm like, maybe I just need to manage my schedule better so that I can like manage my life better and not way overload myself to where my brain's just like constantly. Give myself breaks and things, and maybe I wouldn't feel so scattered constantly.
if you're making your own schedule, why aren't you taking a break?
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. I'll be like, oh, I forgot to put driving time in. And I'm like, self. So yeah,
Yeah.
I just need to be a little kinder to myself, I think.
You have an iPhone.
Can Siri like help me with that? Can I be like, Siri, always give me like 15 minutes between things?
When
Have it?
when you schedule something in your calendar, it really does have a drive time option now.
Oh, I need to put that in. That's brilliant. And give myself like 15 to 30
Buffer
minutes extra in case there's an accident or construction or something.
when life is lifing.
Exactly. Yeah. I sometimes will be like hangry in the evening and my husband's just like, when's the last time you ate? And I'm like, I don't know. Possibly last night. And he's just like, babe.
That's not
I'm
true.
like, I was busy.
You gotta
Or he'll
eat.
be like, you said you'd be done an hour and a half ago. And I'm like, I got hyper focused. And he's just like, honey. So yeah, I just need to manage my life better, I guess.
You got this. You got this.
Well, beautiful work today. I will reach out with times and we will figure out when we want to meet next.
Sounds great. Thank you
Have a beautiful night and a great workout in the morning. What a great way to get the day started. I bet though it like gets you pumped up and like I bet you in the first thing in the morning then your skin is glowing and you're all hype. But then probably at the end of the day
everyone
you're
looks
tired, which is
crazy.
good because then you actually sleep well.
We all look crazy when we roll in the morning. We're
No, I feel you.
kids are like, you sound everybody like we're the least talkative. Everybody's just like
Mhm.
here to get it
Yeah.
in and go. Yeah, we don't play around.
I do not understand the people at the gym. Like, I go in looking schlubby, and then I see these people and they're like perfectly coordinated outfits and things, and I'm like, how? Why? Like, I walk out of there looking disgusting. I'm just like, nasty. I don't understand it. I'm like, girl, you up here looking cute. Like what?
Listen, I will say, there's a few people. Maybe your outfit matches, but your face, like you still have
Yeah.
in your
At
eye.
4
Your
a.m.,
left hairbrush is
everybody's in
like
the same boat.
yeah,
Yeah,
teeth brushing is all you get. So
for real. No, yeah. I feel like if I was at the gym at 4 a.m., I'd be like, you're lucky if I used mouthwash.
1,000%. I was like, that's all you get.
Right?
That's
I'd be like, I mean, the contacts are in and my hair's in a ponytail. Like, this is as good as it gets right now.
I just want you like this. This is the hairstyle I wore to the gym this morning. Like this,
Sweet.
I was like,
Love
yeah,
it.
hair's not getting done today. So
Hey, that's okay.
yeah, I didn't have it. So
You know, I think it takes confidence to just rock a ponytail all day long. Plus, it's like an automatic facelift. So I'm like, it makes us look youthful. So,
you
yeah.
don't have to worry about it. You got beautiful shiny skin. It's
Well,
us.
so do you. When you told me you were like, I am much older than you think, I was like, no way, girlfriend. But yeah, you look real good. I feel like I don't know, like people live longer now and we just like look better longer.
Yeah,
I
I
saw
was
this
thinking
post
about
that was
J
like
Lo.
in the 80s and 90s, people in their 40s looked like this, and then it's like now people in their 40s look like this, and I'm like, we doing good.
I agree.
I think it's all that like we aren't worshiping the sun constantly and frying our skin constantly. I feel like that's probably it. We like actually moisturize and we wear hats when we go outside
I
sometimes.
I do believe that probably plays a big role. But I also think our fashion, like I
Sure,
think
yeah.
people thought, at my age, like I'm literally older than the youngest Golden Girl on the first episode, right?
Whoa,
I
no
think I read
way.
somewhere that Blanche was like 46 or some nonsense.
Shut the front door.
I was like, oh my God, I'm a Golden Girl. But
That is
also,
crazy.
they had,
They look so much older.
I think, was the hairstyles. I don't know if you've seen it on
No, yeah, it's like the fashion and the hairstyles and things not flattering.
like look at J Lo. She's
Oh my
almost
gosh.
60 years
I
old.
swear she's like aged backwards. I'm like, how do you look more gorgeous than you did at like 35? I don't get it.
It's
Beautiful. I saw a picture of Lindsay Lohan at like 25 and then now, and I was like, girl, get it.
she's been looking very good
I
lately.
am so happy for her
Me too.
because I loved her as like little baby Lindsay Lohan. So
She
it was
got it
so
together.
heartbreaking. Yeah, she figured out her life. I'm so happy.
Yeah,
Hollywood did the like poisoning of the tiny Hollywood people thing to her, but then she like made a comeback. Like,
yeah. She's
good for her.
beautiful. I heard she's got a little person that makes her happy.
Yeah. She's like
I don't know. She's married to
healthy,
a
she's
billionaire.
thriving. Yeah. I'm like, this is the way.
Moved to Dubai, apparently. That's what she said.
Amazing. So that's what we all need. My counselor took her three dogs and moved to Bali. And I was like, I can't even be mad. Like, good for you, girlfriend. You
Bali.
do you. I was like, Anne, I will miss you, but I'm so happy for you. I can't even be mad.
No, I mean,
I was like, I want to come with you.
that's a pretty bold move. Just like, okay,
Yeah. I was like, this is pretty fantastic. Like, I know people who've, you know,
got,
sold everything and done van life or something, but like actually like moving to Bali, I was like,
that's
this
commitment.
is pretty impressive. I was like, I aspire to be as brave as you, Anne. But I'm like, that's just cool. I'm like, I'm a little jealous. I wish I was that gutsy. Just pick up and move to Bali.
Hey, there's
Pretty
always
great.
feeling.
I do have three dogs. I'm like, I could ask her how she got them there safely, and like if I knew how to do that, I feel like I could do it.
I bet you Bali doesn't have as stringent of rules with dogs.
Probably.
New
That's
Zealand
true.
does have I forget what you call it, quarantine.
Ah, yeah. that
all
they
of
have to make sure they're not sicky. Yeah.
yeah, because they're very like if you walk on
Agriculture
a
and
farm in these shoes, you can't even wear you can't wear them in. You can't bring fruit
oh,
in from
yeah.
other places. Yeah, they're
Yeah, Canada's real strict. I forgot that I had cherries in my car driving into Canada, and man, I got a talking to. I was like, I am sorry. I totally forgot it was there. And the man was just like,
cherry.
shame,
How
shame.
dare you?
I could arrest you or fine you. And I was like, you could. I forgot. I was like, I could just eat them right now. And he was like, nope, they're going in the garbage. And I was like, how is it better for them to be in the garbage than in my belly? I don't understand, but it's all good. I get it.
Right. He wanted to punish you. Yeah.
We have to protect our plants and animals and things. I get it. We don't want anyone starving and, you
It
know,
could go
pandemics of killing all the vegetables or something, you know. So I do get it. But yeah, I made Canada mad, sadly, but all is
you're not
well.
the only one. I mean,
I'm sure.
apparently they want, they're going to be the 51st state and they're not that happy about it. So,
Oh,
yeah, I'm saying we're making them mad for many reasons.
that's fair. The cherries are probably the last of their worries.
Right now, yeah.
Yeah, that's very fair. Well, excellent work. You go get some good rest. Have a wonderful day tomorrow, and I will reach out ASAP.
Sounds good. Thank you very much.
All right, good night, Shamara.